Welcome back to the channel, and in today's Blender tutorial, we're going to be looking at how to make a Jacko-Lantern pumpkin in Blender. Now this is going to be done in a very stylized way, but I think it's quite simple, very beginner friendly, and what we'll be doing is making this pumpkin, adding some basic materials. We'll add in some grass, just with some particles, and just a simple background. The background can be any image you want to drag into Blender. I just went with one that I found on the internet. But the overall concept here is really simple. I will be uploading this final blend file result to my Patreon as well. So those of you supporting the channel on there will be getting access to that. Either way, whether you're a Patreon or not, you can still watch this tutorial and make this result that you see here. So let's jump in, and I hope you have fun. So let's open up a fresh document in Blender. We're going to select all the default objects and we're going to press delete. We're then going to go Shift A. Under our mesh options drop down, we're going to add in a UV sphere. And then we're going to go into edit mode with the sphere selected. And now what we're going to do, we're going to go to our edge select option, and then go Alt A to deselect everything, and go into your top orthographic view. In your top orthographic view, you're going to go Shift Alt, hold those two in, and then left click on this edge to select the whole thing and this edge. And then 90 degrees across, we're going to do these two here. And then 45 degrees in the middle. Here we're going to get this one. And then across, we're going to get this one, and we're going to do the same thing over here in the middle. Just click on this one and click on this one. So what we've done is we've just selected these guys going around like so. So 90 degrees like so, and then side to side like so, making it like an X. So even selection, and then we're going to go over to our proportional editing, click on it. Then you can go Alt S and scale the normals. And if you roll your middle mouse button, you can actually control the fall off. So roll it a little bit smaller, and you're going to kind of just bring it in slightly like so, and then click. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go S, Z, and kind of flatten it. And you're going to roll your middle mouse button just to make it a bit bigger, and just flatten it a little bit like so. Then what you're going to do, you're going to go to your vertex select option, turn off proportional editing, then select the top vertex and go Control plus to go to selection, and then go X. Delete the verts, then go Shift Alt, left click and loop select the edge here and go E to extrude, S to scale, and click. Then go Shift Alt S and round things out. Then go S, Z and flatten a little bit and click. Then go E to extrude, S to scale and click. And then go G, Z and bring it down, click. And then E to extrude and S to scale again, and then just bring it in like so. And then just press, or you could just leave that hole closed there, it's all good. And then what we can do is select the bottom vertex. And with the bottom vertex, we're going to go Control plus once to go to selection. Let's grow our enable our proportional editing and go S, Z and just kind of flatten it a little bit like so. And there we have it. So now let's press A to select everything. Turn off proportional editing, and then over in your tools panel, click on your smooth tool. Click on a little gizmo and just slightly smooth it out, like so. Tab back out, and now go over to your modifiers. Add modifier search and type in sub, and give it a subdivision surface. Bring it up to 2 in the viewport, or maybe 1. We'll leave it at a level of 1 for the viewport. We'll come to the drop down and apply. We'll right click and go shade smooth, and now we have our pumpkin here. So what we want to do now is we want to go G, Z and move it up so it's sitting on our floor, like so. And it's actually really easy to create the face. So we're going to go Shift A. We're going to go to our mesh options and add in a circle, RX90, and hit enter. And then go into edit mode, and with your vertex select option, make sure that's enabled. And you're going to go S just to scale it down, and then click. And then just go G and move it over to the side, like so. And then just select half of these verts, and then go X and delete those verts. And then just connect 2 verts by selecting them both and pressing F to fill that space. Then you can go over to your proportional editing, and you can kind of adjust the shape just a little bit, just to make it look a little bit more kind of stylized, like this. Something like that. You can press A to select all of it and press F to fill. And then just go E and extrude it back like so, and then click. Turn off proportional editing, and then in your side view, press A to select everything. So in the front orthographic view, you should see this. So you can move it in to about here and click. And in your right orthographic view, you should be able to move it forward like so. So what I'm seeing here is this. Okay, I have it here. And then we can go over to our modifiers, add modifier, search, and type in MIR, give it a mirror. And because our origin point is in the middle, it should be mirrored by default onto the other side, like so. Pretty cool. We're then going to select one of these verts in our front view, Shift D to duplicate, and then kind of bring it in. Enable clipping, and then just kind of go G and move it till it kind of fuses together in the middle. Then turn off clipping and go E to extrude it out. Turn clipping back on, so you can see here, this vertex is fused in the middle. But what we're going to do, we're going to kind of extrude it down a little bit. Then we're going to go E to extrude down, E to extrude up, just to make some teeth. Extrude out again, and then we're just going to kind of make a rough smile like this. Extrude, extrude, kind of down. Go to about here. And then go up, extrude down, and then just extrude and extrude again and kind of make this sort of shape. You can then select the whole thing and press F to fill that. And then you can go E to extrude and extrude the whole thing back and in like so. And then we want to press A to select everything. Press Alt N and then just recalculate the outside normals so our Boolean operation won't get confused. Then go into object mode, select your pumpkin. Go to your modifiers, search and type in BOO and get a Boolean. Click on the eyedropper and then select this circle object. And to see this better, you can select the cutter object here that's the circle up here. You can actually go to object data properties. You can go down to the viewport display, and then under the display as, you can make it wire. And you can now see how it's cutting into the pumpkin there. Okay, so now you have the ability to kind of, you can hide the extras up here. You can kind of see what it'll look like. So give as many adjustments as you want, but I'm happy with the way this looks. So I'm going to go ahead, turn that back on. I'll just select a pumpkin and I'll go to my modifiers and I'm going to apply the Boolean. And I'll get rid of this cutter object by selecting it and pressing delete. Then select your pumpkin, tab into edit mode. And what you can do is just simply select the inside faces, holding in shift. So select all of these back faces like so. Then go Control plus just once to grow the selection and go X and delete those faces. Now you can simply press A to select everything. You can press F3 and type in merge and merge by distance. And then come over here and just give it a value and just clean that up just a little bit. And all of these sort of kind of overlapping little verts will kind of get cleaned up. Tab back out, and now you can go over to your modifiers, add modifier search, and type in solid and give it a solidify. And then give it some inward thickness. And it looks a bit messy, but we're going to go add another modifier and let's give it a sub and give it a subdivision surface. There we go. Now it looks a little bit rough and jagged here, but it doesn't actually matter because that kind of just adds, in my opinion, to the aesthetic of it. So that's all good. I'll leave it at that. So now we can simply just add a top by going Shift A. Let's add in another circle and we're going to move it up. Click. Tab into edit mode, go to your vertex select and then just scale that down. Go E to extrude and extrude it up, S to scale. And then I'm going to keep extruding it, scaling again. And you can see the sort of shape I'm making, just something that looks like this. And then I'm going to go E to extrude, rotate, S to scale, and maybe have it over to the side and then up like so, something like that. I'll press E to extrude again, S to scale, and then just F to fill that. And then you can simply go here to your edge select. Holding in Shift and Alt, you can select every other edge running up along here like so, randomly. Very simple. And then go Alt S and just kind of scale in or out along the normals. And then click. And then just go and give it a subdivision surface. And then I'm going to just select everything and just bring it down. And just kind of sit it on top of the pumpkin. Tab back out. I'm going to right click and go shade smooth. And there we have it. So now you have kind of like a pumpkin stem at the top. And it's looking really, really cool. So let's make sure to save to our desktop or wherever you want to save to. I might just give this pumpkin a little bit more thickness inwards like that. And now we're going to go to our modifiers. We're going to go to our render engine and change it to cycles. I recommend you use your GPU if you have one. And then under your max samples under the render, you can set it to 45. Now let's go Shift A. Let's go to our light options and add in an area light. I'm going to move one over to the side, and under the light properties, I'll give it a strength of 2. Or I guess a size of 2. I was meant to say size of 2, but we'll give it a strength of 200. Then let's give it a slightly bluish tinge, and then we're going to actually rotate this and have it coming from the back and from the side like so. We're going to go Shift D to duplicate and have another one kind of coming from here. That way, if we're looking from the front and we go Z and then click on rendered, we have this sort of blue rim lighting, and because it's a nighttime scene, that's essential to kind of getting that look. So we want this sort of nice bluish rim lighting here. And then what we can do, we can also go Shift A, just add in a point light and move it up and put it in the inside of the pumpkin, give it a strength of 100, and then give it an orangey yellow light kind of color. And now if you go Z and go render, you'd see the inside glows. Okay, and then what we can do, we can just go and duplicate one of these blue lights and kind of have it coming from the top, like so. And let's just make it a little less blue, something like that. And this one will increase the size and just kind of move it. We don't want too much light because this is sort of supposed to be like an outdoor nighttime scene. But then we're also going to go Shift A. We're going to just add in a plane. Or better yet, what I'm going to do to stage this, I'm just going to go, and on my desktop I have a image of some grass, just a picture of some grass. But you can go ahead, download an image of some grass on the internet, then go Shift A, go over to image, and then just import a mesh plane, and then click on image. In this case, I have just a picture of some grass. I'm going to import it as a plane, and then here I have it. I'm going to scale it up and click, and then I'm going to go to my particles, click plus, make it hair, bring down the hair strength or the length. There we go. And then I'm going to go to the render, enable B-spline. Under the viewport display, I'll make the strand steps 2. Under the children, I'll make it interpolated. And then what I'll do is under the roughness, I'll give it a random, an endpoint value a little bit, and then just a top uniform here. And then just mess around with that size a little bit and just kind of randomizing the look of the grass like so. Okay, and if you want to, you can kind of lift the pumpkin up a little bit, just so it looks like it's kind of not sitting too deep into the grass. So I'm going to put mine here. There we go. And then I'm going to go to my front view. I'm going to go Shift A. I'm just going to add in a camera, move the camera back, and then I'm going to go into the camera view and kind of position it like so, off to the side a little bit. There we go. Kind of looking front on like this. There we go. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go Shift A, and I'm going to go to image again, import a mesh plane, and then I just have a picture of a forest background, like a nighttime forest, which you can just download off the internet as a JPEG. You can get whichever one you want off the internet, then just kind of rotate it and move it back, and then scale it up in the back of your scene, your background, like so. And now if you go Z and you go rendered, this is what you should see. Okay, pretty cool. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to select my camera. I'm going to go to my camera settings. I'll enable depth of field, click on the eyedropper, and then select the pumpkin, and then bring this f-stop down to 0.5. Now we have some nice soft focus, and that's looking really, really good. So now some simple materials. We're going to go over to our shading workspace. In our camera view, we're going to go Z and go rendered. We're going to select our pumpkin, create a new material, which we're going to call pumpkin. And we're going to come to the base color and make it an orangey color. And to make this really look nice, we're going to go Shift A, search, and get a noise, and get a noise texture. We're going to plug the factor into the normal, And then we're gonna go Shift A search and get a bump. And then place a bump on here and make sure the factor is going into the height. Then take your detail here and make it 12. And then take your strength and make it 0.15. Or maybe even 0.2. Like so. And let's make the size here 8. And you can bring down or up the roughness just slightly. And now we have a little bit of bumpiness to our pumpkin. And that's looking a lot better. We can take this exact same node setup, right click and go copy. Then select that stem and go new. Delete the two nodes in here and then right click and go paste. And then just change this to a different color to make it look like the stem of the pumpkin, as you can see here. Maybe bring up the roughness a bit. And there we have it. So what we're going to do now, we're going to make sure to save. Let's go back to our layout and let's go render and render the image. And there we have it. We now have a nice stylized Jack-O-Lantern render that we've made in Blender. Now you can go ahead, I would make the grass maybe a little bit taller, mess around with your lighting a little bit. There's a lot of things you can do to kind of tune that in, but this is just a basic concept. I think this was a nice little beginner's project, and I will be uploading my original to Patreon as well. So those of you supporting the channel on there will get access to this. And yeah, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.